Sorry, not sorry, that I broke out of your mode from the conditioning you fed us for centuries untold. If I showed you this sky, most everyone would immediately know it is Quagmire from that Family Guy show. But Ben Franklin warned the people and our forefathers about a quagmire created by the selfish and the corrupt motives of men. He emphatically stressed the importance and the necessity to implement certain provisions to limit the opportunities for self-enrichment. The proverbial saying that has been affirmed for centuries, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely, conveys the opinion that as a person's power increases, their moral senses diminishes, and the great tradition of freedom and liberties all vanish. Corruption at all levels has always been an issue of great concern across the entire nation, but they got so much better at hiding and concealing it through administrative offices, and what seems to be a complete extinction of any major independent news coverage, whether it be print or media. For decades, we the people have blindly held faith within the operations of our government because they got really good at making us all buy into their orchestrated illusions, combined with their ability to conceal their actions from the public. Politicians used to campaign based upon issues of concerns that affects we the people and what they could bring to the table for all their constituents. That is absolutely a thing of the past. Nowadays, we have a popularity contest with candidates behaving like bullies and mean girls. For decades, our elected employees have been shoveling mud, quicksand, and even feces at their opponents rather than addressing the real problems of their constituents. Political candidates often create a divide among we the people, because if we are fighting with one another, we can't unite to hold them all accountable. Over time, all that shoveling created a deep, wide quicksand moat, separating we the people from our employees. While we the people desperately try to take back our country, the politicians and powers that be created an invisible bridge over the quagmire where the lobbyists, the rich and powerful, along with special interest groups who give large campaign contributions, seems to be the only people who have access to that bridge. I want you to think of Quagmire as a marsh of quicksand that separates us from our employees. And by that I mean separates us from the individuals that we the people supposedly elected and put into office. Unfortunately, most of them, if not all of them, have seemed to have forgotten. I'm not just here to tell you the problem. I'm here to offer this country, as well as individual states, a solution, which could give this country a nudge back towards the true ultimate checks and balance that was intended by the Constitution for the executive, legislative, and judicial branch. Two songs come to mind when I think of this great plight. On This Solid Rock I Stand, and also the story of the Three Little Pigs. I guess that's not really a song. But they both serve as a great reminder that we are only as strong as the principles that we stand upon and the principles that are enforced throughout this country.